Hi guys, I'm live. I'm out on my walk. I just want to say a couple things in this video. Hope it's cool. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you are interested in it. The first thing is that I realize that I do react too much to my haters. I let them yank my chain too much. So I'm going to try to just be forgiving toward them and not hold it against them and not retaliate and not do the same thing back to them that they're doing to me, thus making myself a hater of sorts myself, which I don't want to be and isn't me. So I'm just going to politely nod when the haters get at me and just say thank you and that's cool, that's nice and all that. I'm going to try not to react like I've been doing sometimes. I don't want to do that anymore. And the second thing I want to talk about is I think this summer is good for my memory because I just remembered what I was working on with Quan, the dude I was going to be in an EDM band with, electronic dance music. I was going to be in an EDM band. I was going to add rock guitar to electronic dance music. We were going to do that. But I just remembered a theory of EDM, which is the three parts of the structure of the songs. And I might start incorporating that into my songs. Or more accurately, my band's songs, which is right now a few people. The theory is you have three sections in an EDM song. You have the chorus, which is not to be confused with the chorus in regular music theory. I'll explain that in a second. And then hey, love you, rock and roll. And then you have the build. That's where you get louder and more intense and all that. And then you have the drop, and that's when you're supposed to finally, collapse and you've had your fun and then back to the chorus, which is just the main part of the song that, as it goes. And it's the chorus in this case isn't a one section of the song like it is in standard song theory or song structure theory. It's just the song itself, like the melodies, harmonies, and rhythms that make up the main part is called the chorus. And then then it builds up in intensity and volume, and then it drops as a finale where it just drops and leaves you hanging. And then back to the chorus again. So chorus, build, drop is the sequence of song structure for EDM music. And I had a feeling when I was with Quan doing this that it wasn't for nothing. In other words, we weren't doing nothing. It was for a reason. And I just now today remembered what I'm telling you now about the three parts of an EDM song. And I want to employ that in my music or my band's music. And somehow I want to use that structure and that insight and theory and knowledge and all that good stuff in our song, in our music. In fact, rather than me bringing guitar to EDM, maybe I'll bring EDM to my guitar. Reverse of what I was kind of doing with Quan. But it didn't work out with Quan. I don't want to throw him under a bus or anything, but he liked me. He was, and he couldn't think about anything else but me when we were trying to do our music, so it broke us up. So there's that. But he was really good. He was really intelligent musically, musical prodigy or something. I don't know. I'm not a diagnoser of that. But we were working on 3-part time signatures instead of just 2-part. Instead of just 4/4. What about 3/4/4? 3 would be triplet feel. 4 would be 4 beats per measure, and 4 would be a quarter note gets the beat. Well, that actually better describes the rhythm than just saying 4/4. 5/4/4 would be quintuplet form, quintuplet feel, subdividing the beat into 5 parts, and then 4 beats per measure, and then quarter note gets the beat. So I got that idea from working with him too, and then I got the EDM thing. So I'd like to employ some of this EDM. In fact, I call it like I see it, and I give credit where credit's due. And the way I just remembered the EDM thing was I was just walking by a guy advertising on the street with some sign or something for some business or something, and he was playing EDM music, and I thought, that's it, I remember now. So I owe him too for helping you remember that by jamming out, rocking out to EDM music on the corner of the street. So thanks to that guy. And then yes, I do remember this. What we were working on I was working with Quan, and I like that. I like that feel. You know, it doesn't have to be exactly electronic media as far as the instruments, but why not use that chorus build drop in my music, our music? Why not use it with rock and roll? There's no reason it can't. In fact, that's what people do, is they change the rules. They bend the rules. They take it further than someone else has, like it said in Crossroads. Then the old man says to Eugene, he says, that ain't the way the song go. You got to take it past. You got to take the music past what we did. You got to take the music somewhere else. Take it past where you found it, because that's what we did. You know, so I'm just trying to utilize all the possibilities here to make the best and most interesting music that I can within our time. Love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.